Act 4, Scene 1. This was the scene that caused King James to ban this play in London because it is a recipe for black magic. Here it goes. Thunder, enter the three witches. Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed, thrice and once the hedge pig whined. Harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. Toad, that under cold stone days and nights has 31 sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. The witches circle the cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a fenny snake in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork, and adder is a snake, and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and howlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf of the ravined sea salt shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat, and slips of yew slivered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips, finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab. Add thereto a tiger's chowdron like the entrails of a tiger, for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good. Lots of interesting things going into this brew. The most interesting thing, I think, the baby. It has to be a baby that was strangled at birth. That baby had to be delivered in a ditch by a drab, which is like a hag or a prostitute. Go find that, huh? Go find that. Good luck. The second witch says, cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good. Enter Hecate, she's the lead witch. And to the other three witches she says, oh, well done, I commend your pains, and every one shall share in the gains. And now about the cauldron sing, like elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in. Music and a song, black spirits, etc. Hecate exits. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks. Of course it's Macbeth. How now, you secret black and midnight hags, what is it you do? A deed without a name. I conjure you by that which you profess, however you come to know it, answer me. Though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, though the yeasty waves confound and swallow navigation up, though bladed corn be lodged and trees blown down, though castles topple on their warders' heads, though palaces and pyramids do slope their heads to their foundations, though the treasure of nature's Germans tumble all together, even till destruction sicken, answer me to what I ask you. Macbeth has basically just said, you make all these bad things happen. The winds, the churches blow over, you swallow navigation up, right? You make the oceans just fierce with the wind. All these things, I know you destroy everything, but answer what I ask you. Speak, demand, we'll answer. Say if thou hadst rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters. Gosh, who do you think is the master of the witches? The devil. Call him, says Macbeth. Let me see him. He's fearless. He doesn't care. Pour in sow's blood that hath eaten her 9 Pharaoh. How that'll bring the devil about. Grease that sweatin' from the murderer's gibbet throw into the flames. You also have to go find the grease, so like the sweat from the brow of the murderer who's hanging on the gibbet. A gibbet is where you hang people. So like right before you're hanged, I suppose you're going to be sweating because you're a little bit anxious. Go get some of that sweat, throw it into the cauldron, and that's how you get the devil. Come high or low, thyself in office deathly show. Thunder, first apparition. An apparition is like a ghost, rises out of the cauldron, and it's an armed head. Tell me, thou unknown power, he knows thou thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not. Shut up, Macbeth. Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff, beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me, enough. He descends back into the cauldron. Whatever thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright, I knew I was afraid of Macduff, But one word more, he will not be commanded. So shut up again, Macbeth, Here's another, more potent, more powerful than the first. Thunder, the second apparition, the second ghost rises out of the cauldron. This time it's a bloody child. Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee. Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth. And he descends back into the cauldron. Well, then live, Macduff. What need I fear thee? Right? You were born of a woman. I don't be afraid of you. But yeah, I'll make assurance double sure and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, Macduff, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. How that I don't have to be afraid of you anymore. I can sleep if you're dead, Macduff. So I'm going to go kill you. Thunder, a third apparition comes out of the cauldron. This time it's a child crowned with a tree in his hand. So like how a king has a scepter, this child king has a tree, symbolic, huh? A tree like life. What is this that rises like the issue of a king and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty, huh? A crown. Listen, but speak not to it. Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Birnam wood to high Dunsinane hill shall come against him. And he descends. What that one means is no one's going to hurt Macbeth. He'll never be vanquished. No one's going to hurt him until Birnam Wood, which is a forest in Scotland, we could go visit it, until Birnam Wood marches to high Dunsinane hill. Dunsinane Hill is also, we could go visit that in Scotland. So until the woods march to the hill, you're not going to be hurt, Macbeth. Well, sounds pretty safe, huh? How often does a woods just go marching, huh? Not going to happen. And Macbeth is feeling pretty confident. That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree unfix his earthbound root. Sweet bodements, this is good news. Rebellious dead, rise never till the wood of Birnam rise. And our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. He means I don't have to worry about dying too soon. I'm going to live out my mortal life. I'm going to die of natural causes of old age. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue, Banquo's kids, ever reign in this kingdom? Seek to know no more. I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know. Kind of ironic. Macbeth is cursing the devil here. The cauldron sinks, and some torches come out. Why sinks the cauldron? And what noise is this? Show, show, show. Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadow, so depart. A show of 8 kings. The 8th king with a glass in his hand, like a mirror in his hand, and Banquo last. Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair, thou other gold-bound brow, is like the first. And there comes a third, and it's like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? There's a fourth. Start, eyes. What, will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet, a 7th? I'll see no more. And yet the 8th appears, who bears a glass, a mirror, which shows me many more, and some I see that twofold balls and treble scepters carry, like they're holding 3 scepters. Horrible sight. Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for his. The apparitions disappear. What? Is this so? Aye, sir, all this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Why are you surprised? We told you this from the beginning. Come, sisters, cheer we up his spirits, and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound, while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say our duties did his welcome pay. Music, the witches dance and sing. Where are they? Gone? Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in, without there, huh? Who's there? He hears somebody now. Who's there? Enter Lennox. What's your grace's will? Saw you the weird sisters? No, my lord. Came I not by you? No, indeed, my lord. Infected be the air whereon they ride. Again, he's cursing the witches, which is kind of unnatural, because they are the devil. And damned all those that trust them. Well, now he's cursing himself, huh? Because he seems to trust them. I did hear the galloping of a horse. Who was it came by? But 'tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word Macduff is fled to England. Fled to England? Ay, my good lord. Aside, so Lennox doesn't hear this now. Time. Thou anticipatest my dread exploits. I was planning on killing him, and now he's gone. It's like time saw this coming. The flighty purpose never is overtook, unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. Meaning I'm not going to think about anything anymore. I'm just going to do it. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise. Seize upon Fife, that's the name of Macduff's castle. Give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babies, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these, gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are. They exit.